Hello and welcome again. This is Haytham bin Sliman and you are watching Ruby tutorials. So in this video today I'm going to show you how to use the inheritance in the Ruby language. So I'm going to create a first class. I'm gonna call it box. This class will have two attributes which are width and height. So I'm going to use the attr accessor method to set up the getter and setter thing. So attr accessor, the first is width, attr accessor, and height. Now I'm going to use to create the constructor of our class, which is the initialize method. So this method will have two arguments, which are the width and height. Those two local variables are the width and height that will be affected to our instance variable. So now I'm going to create our instance variable. So at b.width will receive w, and at b.height will receive h. And I'm going to add a simple method for this class. I'm gonna call it def get area, and this method will return the area of this thing box by multiplying the width by the height. So I'm going here. Here in this function you have to use the instance variable to make this method work. So I'm going to be using the b.width multiplied by the b.height. So this is our superclass. Now I'm going to create another class that will inherit from this superclass. Inherit, that means the second class that I'm going to create now will inherit the width and height and this function get area without redefining all this code in the second class. The second class will inherit implicitly these attributes and this method. So now outside the definition of our superclass, which is box, I'm going to create another class. I'm gonna call it big box. So now I'm gonna show you the first thing, let's suppose that our class big box have an additional attribute which is color that the superclass do not have. So I'm going to use this function to set the getter and setter for our color attribute. So color, and now I'm going to create the constructor of my class. So I'm going to create the initialize class. So the argument that will be passed to the constructor of our. So first, I forgot to mention the very important thing. So to make this class big box inherit from the box class, all you need to do is to type the less than symbol followed by the name of the superclass, which is box. So I will repeat. In Ruby, to make a class inherit from another class, you have to write the lesser than symbol followed by the name of the class that you want to inherit from. That means the superclass, because big box is the subclass and big box is the superclass. That means that big box is inheriting from the box class. That means that we are not going to retype these attributes another time in our big box. We are not going to retype the function get area another time in the subclass. Inheritance means that the child class will use implicitly and will inherit implicitly the code that was written and the attributes and the method that were defined in the superclass. So now I'm going to set the getter and setters for the additional attribute of my child class, which is color. And now I'm going to create the constructor of our class, which is the initialize method. So our constructor will have 3 arguments. The first one will be w, that means the width. You can write whatever you want. I just want to write w to make things quickly. So w, h for the width, the height, and I'm gonna just type color for the third argument. So now, how can I say in Ruby that my child class will use this piece of code here, that my class will use the instance variable and will inherit this thing here from my superclass? So to do that, I have to use the keyword super, and inside the keyword super I have to type the local variable of the from the superclass in constructor. So I have to type here w and h, and then I have to specify the instance variable for the additional attribute of the child class. So here I have to type I'm just gonna call it b color, that we receive color. And now like that my child class big box is inheriting the width and height, and implicitly it's inheriting the get area method from the superclass box. And now I'm going to instantiate both classes, and I'm going to show you the results. So the first line here, I'm going to instantiate the superclass, which is box. So I'm gonna just call it box1. So the name of my class, that new, and inside the argument here I'm going to specify the object, the variable of the object, so attribute of our object. So I will specify the width and then the height. And now I'm going to instantiate our child class, so big box.new, and this one will have 3 arguments, the width and the height, that inherits from the superclass box, and the additional argument, which is the color argument. So here I'm going to write I'm going to give it 4 and 5 as the height, and then the third argument will be a string, and I'm going to give it orange. Now I'm going to give it red as a color, and now I'm just gonna print some message to the console. So puts I am the box, I am this is the object from the super class, and its area is, then interpolation, and my first object is box1 dot get area. So our superclass use its own function method, which is get area, that will return the width, and that will return the area of the first object, which is 5 multiplied by 6, so which will be 30. And now I'm going to print the same message. So this is the object from the child class, and its area is equal to interpolation, and so the second object is an instance from the child class that inherits from the superclass box. So now we are going to see that our class big box inherits the get area method from the superclass. So box 2 dot, and as you can see here that our subclass, our child class big box, can use the function, the method defined in the superclass, so get area. So now I'm just going to save my code and run to test So as you can see here, the first line, this is the object from the superclass, and the area is 30 because he's multiplying 5 by 6. And the second line, this is the object from the child class, and its area is equal to 20 because he's multiplying 4 by 5. And as you can see, our child class inherits the attributes from its mother class, which is box, and it can use its method, the method defined in the superclass. So I think that's all for this video. In the next video we'll be talking about the method overriding and method and the operator overloading, I think, if I'm not mistaken here. So see you in the next lesson. Bye bye.